thing. So, pick up your phone and follow us on Facebook or FM. Power 365 Radio, your number one online Southwest radio.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sport Hour. It's just going to be a brief Sport Hour show because of the weather this afternoon. You know, the weather made me arrive to the studio late, but nevertheless, I will still do what I know how to do best, by giving you the latest sport gist around the globe. Okay, what's going on in the sport world? Alright, starting with MPL4. Lobby Stars have defended the disengagement of Eugen Agabi as the head coach of a team. Chairman of a Pride of Makodi, Philip Unogu, justified the decision in an address to the media at the Makati Stadium. Unogu explained that Agabi failed to meet the target set for him. According to himself, the board gave him a clear target, but he couldn't deliver. With the club's performance deteriorating, he had to make a change. Former Super Eagles forward Daniel Amukachi has been appointed as a replacement for the sack coach. We talked about that yesterday, so we won't dwell much on that. Alright, away from MPL4, let's talk about the qualifiers, especially the AFCON 2025 qualifier that has to do with the Super Eagles versus the Mediterranean Knights. Libya head coach Nasser Al-Adiri is not happy with the team's preparation for the upcoming 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers against Nigeria. The Mediterranean Knights will be without some of their key players for the games due to injuries and suspensions. Some top players have also decided to boycott the games, according to a report emanating from Libya. Yeah, I updated you about this yesterday. Al-Adiri admitted that the unavailability of the top stars has made it difficult for him to establish a comprehensive tactical plan for the qualifiers. According to him, says we have not yet reached the required level of readiness to face a strong team like Nigeria. The team were not in a good shape before I took over. The absence of several players in our first training session has made it difficult to establish a comprehensive tactical plan for the game. But now Africans will be up against the Super Eagles at the Goswell Akpabio International Stadium on Oyo on Friday, this week Friday. They will also host the three-time African champion, talking about Nigeria, in the city of Benina 4 days later. Talking about the qualifiers, the Super Eagles will hold their first training session today ahead of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying match against Libya. The session we hold at the practice pitch of Gospel Akpabi International Stadium, Uyo, at exactly 5 p.m. That's about 3 hours from now. It will open. It will be open to the members of public and media. So If you are anywhere around this Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Oyo, you can go there. You will see Kelechi Iheanacho. You will see Taiwo Awoniyi and the likes. If you are looking for Victor Osimhen, I'm sorry, you might not be able to see him, except if he is with the team. Only 2 players, Stanley Wabali and Amos Obasogie, arrived the team's 4 points. Okay, 4 points by Sheraton Hotel. That was the name of the hotel. 4 points by Sheraton Hotel in Ikot Ekpene. That was yesterday. But more players are still expected in camp today. For Super Eagles, we host the Mediterranean Night, like I said earlier. The Nigeria Football Federation (NFF) has said Chelsea defender Tosin Adarabioyo must show interest in playing for the Super Eagles before he can be considered. Adarabioyo was wooed by the NFF to represent the Super Eagles in the past, but he turned down their request. The centre back also rebuffed an attempt by former Super Eagles head coach Jose Peseiro to feature for over 3-time African last year. The 27-year-old has now reportedly expressed interest in playing for the 3-time African champions. The NFF declared that he would need to make a formal move to be considered. If he wants to come to switch, okay, if he wants to make the switch, if he wants to make the switch now, he knows what to do. That was according to NFF. Yes. The program is Sport R. Okay, might be leaving the studio very soon, but before that, Leicester City midfielder Wilfred Ndidi, Victor Boniface, and Samuel Chukwueze breezed to Super Eagles camp in Oyo today. The quartet of Isayodele Bashiru, Frank Oyeka, Raphael Oyedika, and Benjamin Tanimu also arrived the team's 4 points by Sheraton Hotel base early this morning. 9 out of 23 invited players are now in camp. That's kind of too low. Goalkeepers Stanley Wabali and Amos Obasogie were the early arrivals yesterday. The remaining invited players are expected to join their teammates in camp later today. The Super Eagles will observe their first training session at the practice pitch of the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium by 5 p.m. like I said earlier. Alright, straight up, let's go foreign. Manchester United legend Rio Ferdinand has named the club's best starting 11 when there are no injuries in the team. The former England defender included the likes of Andre Onana, Casemiro, Johnny Evans in the list. This follows the Red Devils Premier League 0-0 draw with Aston Villa over the weekend. The result left Erik ten Hag's side 14th in the Premier League table after 7 matches. Former Barcelona midfielder Yaya Toure has picked Andres Iniesta over Lionel Messi and Xavi as his best Barcelona teammate. According to Toure, Messi and Xavi were great players, but Iniesta, who recently announced his retirement from football, had something different about him. Toure and Iniesta, Messi, and Xavi were former teammates at Barcelona in the past. The Ivorian eventually left the La Liga giant for Premier League champion Manchester City in 2010. Alright, a quick update on the Manchester City saga. Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester United are among the 8 clubs that are involved witness evidence on behalf of Premier League in their case with Manchester City over sponsorship rules. Manchester City claimed they have won a landmark legal victory against the Premier League on Monday after a tribunal ruled that some of the competition sponsorship rules are unlawful. The Associated Party Transaction APT's regulations were put in place to prevent companies associated with the owners of football clubs from deliberately paying over the odds for deals with the club themselves. The rules left the Premier League to reject Manchester City's new sponsorship deal. They had lined up with Etihad late in 2023 and a second agreement with an Abu Dhabi-based bank. The tribunal has now ruled the league was wrong to block the deals because elements of the ATP regulation breaches the Competition Act. It's now been revealed that 8 of Manchester City's rivals provided evidence against them, including Arsenal and Manchester City. The others are Wolverhampton Wanderers, Liverpool, West Ham, Brentford, Bournemouth, and Fulham. Well, it's looking as if it's the Blues versus the Red, because when you look at the football teams supporting Manchester City, they are all familiar with the blue jersey. Talking about Chelsea, Everton, and the likes. But those that are opposing, most of them prefer the red jersey. When you look at Liverpool, Brentford, Bournemouth, Arsenal, and the likes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I gotta go. This is where I have to say my BYE. Ladies and gentlemen, please, apologies for the short stint of entertainment. Of sport app today. Join me again tomorrow. I promise you, tomorrow we're gonna have a complete 45 minutes. In fact, up to an hour. My name is James Odowadro Timere. To have a blessed day. Au revoir.
Tune in for the rhythms that make you feel alive. And get ready